everyone, we are back today with another video. I do apologise about not uploading last week. Just had a few things going on and I was on a stag do, which didn't help either. So today we are back doing something that I've been contemplating a while. The only thing is I've been humming and ahhing whether I want to do it, but obviously as I've really not got much to do at the minute, I thought I'd better get started on this. So basically what we're going to do is take this shift knob off, take the boot off, and to match our vents, this ain't in perfect condition just because I didn't know if it was going to work or not. We've got a TT shift surround, so thinking of just doing it sort of something like this, obviously to try and hide those little corners. Not too worried about sort of the ones on my side, but if I can just sort of get it as level as I can, we should hopefully be able to do something with it. I mean, because you're not really going to notice it on the driver's side as much. You just need to literally get it bang on, unfortunately. And it doesn't sit right or true even, so it moves as soon as you breathe on it. Okay, so let me just prop you guys down. So I'm just going to get a Sharpie, get this exactly where I want it. Which is not like that. You can see some some holes, but I mean, to be fair, even like that isn't too sad. I'm quite happy with that actually. Okay, so what we're going to do now, I've somewhat made a butcher's out of marking that up. You're going to remove this centerpiece, which literally you just unplug these, your cigarette lighter and then your aux, which mine are already unplugged, and you just pull it out. And then what I'm going to do is just cut out any bits. Obviously I haven't marked it all, but I'll probably do it indoors, just grind away any bits that I don't need, and then hopefully we will try and get this other one mounted and obviously give this a clean because it looks like arse at the minute. So yeah, what I'll do is once I've got sort of a rough idea on what I'm doing, I will show you a little update and we'll go from there. Okay, so we've got obviously the Audi bit that will just literally allow you to just plop it on and it will line up nicely. I did get some nuts and stuff, but unfortunately they are too tiny, or too big, sorry, so they're useless, and those are the original bolts. So what I'm probably trying to do is get the Dremel and just slice this outer edge here round, and then maybe try and just sort of place this part here, and then we'll have like sort of a nice space to screw it to. But we'll see how it goes anyway, so let me just slice this up and then I'll show you whether it works or not, I suppose. Alright, well that was a waste of time. That's ruined. I should have probably cut it a bit lower. For fuck's sake, why do I do this sometimes? Okay, well, might as well just put that equation straight out. Move that over. What I'm probably going to do is just put it as I had it before. Excuse me. And I suppose we'll just have to grind some bits out. That's all we're going to have to be able to do, and I'll have to go out and get some nuts, I guess. Fantastic. Okay, so as you can see, I've sort of taken some bits out with the Dremel. Just going over it again, just to get any bits that I haven't done, obviously. So what I'm going to basically do is just try and create a bit of half moons, as you can see there, and then hopefully get the screws in with some washers and nuts from behind. I'll probably just have to go out to B&Q and get some bolt nuts and washers, and then hopefully we should be able to secure it down to this center console with a bit of luck. So let me just grind all this down, and hopefully we'll be back in the next clip with some nuts that fit onto the end of them bolts, and we'll go from there. Okay, so using the other camera because the battery on my new one is absolute trash. GoPro needs to sort their lives out. But what I did in the end is actually just trim this down, and then hopefully you'll be able to see, but I just ground everything flat. Obviously I went a bit too far because some areas have gone, but it's made life a bit easier. As long as you got a little bit here, just because this ring's a bit smaller, as you can see, it's sort of the same size, you should be good to go. But basically now, if I just get it somewhat positioned, you can see that we can just screw straight to that now, and that'll work. It's just a bit awkward doing it with just this little GoPro in my hand. So what I'm going to try and do now is get this boot to actually fit, which is going to be fun. Get off. Okay, so what I'm probably going to do is just poke some holes in the boot and obviously position it where I want it to go, and then what I'll probably do is screw through the boot so it will be like that, and just screw, like have the screws going through it, and then that will hold it nice and secure, and then in any excess we'll just cut with a set of scissors or whatever. But that's my plan. I'd rather just sort of figure it out rather than trial and error and wasting your guys' time. So I do apologise about that. It was a bit of a hit and miss option, but I did decide to sort of go for this option because I thought it would have been a bit easier. Just make sure this sits flat, because if it doesn't, you will pull these brass inserts out, which happened to me. So yeah, you just got to basically grind all of this back down, and it should sit somewhat flat. It's not the prettiest, and you're probably thinking, oh my god, you've hacked it, but when that sits on there, you're not going to notice it. And let's be honest, not every pretty face is beautiful on the inside. So what I'm going to do is get this boot fitted, screw it back down, and hopefully we should be done. Okay, so obviously I've trimmed it as best I can now. All the screws are in. So what I'm going to do now is just offer it up to the plate, obviously behind, underneath, like the console, and then hopefully in the next clip you will see a nice fitted Audi TT gear gator. Okay, so it gave me some grief going back in, just didn't want to go in at all. So what I ended up doing is actually just grinding this all the way out. It's not perfect by all means, trust me. You can see like bits there, but we've got it to sit in there now. Just glued it from behind, can't really see it, but I have. So hopefully this will work. I mean, I've just test fitted the plate on it now and it seemed okay, so I'm just gonna get the boot on with the plate and hopefully that'll be it. I mean, this was a bit of a pain. I just wanted to sort of show you what I've done rather than showing you how I've wrapped my head around this, so when you come to do it you have a better idea. But all I'd say is, if you want to do this, just don't buy the ring on its own. Make sure it comes with like the whole center console piece, just so you can do it like I've done. Okay, so hopefully in the next clip, this time it will be back together. Okay, so now you can see it's all back together. Much easier doing it that way. I would recommend it if you are going to go about this, because having that bracket, what I chopped up from obviously the TT, allows you to just screw it down nice and neatly without having to sort of jimmy it and mess around with it. You can see a couple little gaps where I've probably gone a bit too far with the Dremel, but you know what, I can live with it. I know what I'm up against if I want to do it again. And I can promise you I won't be doing it anytime soon, because this is taking me way too long. I just want to see it in the car now. So let me just tidy all this aids up and then I'll show you it in the car. Okay, so I still had to do a bit more trimming. I'll show you exactly what I did actually, just to make it a bit easier. Get this back off because it's all back together, but I'm not going to show you. I'll just quickly take this console back out. Okay, so as you can see, it doesn't look very neat because I just cut it and ripped it off, but make sure that circle is dead flat, because if you remember in the earlier clips it like came down and it basically stops the center console from being able to lock in. I should have known, but it is what it is, unfortunately. So let's just okay, that's back together, and then shift knob, and then we'll try and do this one-handed, which is very tough. Okay, so that's all back together. Sorry about the mess as usual, but I'll shut the door and try and get some shade off it. Get the light off it, sorry. I think it looks pretty good, to be fair. It's not perfect by all means. That you can see there's like a couple marks on it, but I didn't want to spend like loads of money finding out that I couldn't actually do it, so I just wanted sort of one a bit beat up. So if it comes to it, I'll just buy another one, because I only got to do the ring now. All of it's all attached, so I should just be able to unscrew that now with it in situ and be able to put it back. But yeah, matches the vents quite nicely, I think. It's a nice little addition, something a bit different. But yeah, can't really complain, to be fair. If I just can't see that, there we go. I think that looks really good. Ties in really nice, I think. Quite happy with that. I spent quite a while on it, but yeah, not going to complain at all. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're new for more content, and I'll catch you later.